Hey guys, it's RobJ here, and in today's video I'm going to be taking a look at a new product from Auntie Ant Shop. Now, it's actually two separate products that are designed to work together, but also can be standalone Nest or standalone Outworld modules. Anyway, so I will sort of do the quick look around them and everything as if they're separate. So, also, if there's more background noise than normal, that is just simply because we're in the middle of a heat wave right now. Every window is open and fans are going everywhere. Sorry about that. So, let's get into the review, and we're going to treat them separately as I talk around about them. So, we're going to start off with the Sauna Ant Nest, or Sauna Formicarium. Now, this is quite a large Formicarium. As you can see, it's a slight naturalistic look to it, using quite a fetching translucent blue acrylic as the colouring layer instead of a solid version. You have no chambers per se, and the hydration isn't managed by a sponge chamber taking up room of the footprint of the nest. It's actually one large thin layer underneath, but we'll talk about that a bit more later on. What I want to first talk about is its expandability and connections. So it will come with everything you need to connect it to the Karaoke-Box Outworld, which is the other product. It will also come with the fixtures for tubing it up to your own Outworld, or it will come with this adapter for using it with either another Sauna Ant Nest or a Karaoke Outworld. So you get a blank plate, a tube port, or the 3D printed linkage. This is how the tube system works. It's a very much latexy tube, and you sort of push it through until it seals off a nice tight fit. Another feature of this, if you know that you're going away for a while, or you've just got fed up of refilling the water over and over and over again, you can actually put in this sort of holiday test tube with a included piece of foam, and that will actually hydrate the system. Talking of hydration, the hydration is managed by this thin layer of sponge underneath the floor, and it's the entire size of the chamber. It's fed by either one of two holes, big enough for your pipette or your squeezy bottles or anything like that. Now, what these do is when water goes in, it gets sucked into the nest by the sponge layer, and then as the evaporation happens, the humidity rises inside the nest by all these slits into the ground floor that you'll find all across. But if the sponge is across the entire thing, will it spread that far? Well, no. You can sort of control and alternate with the two sides, and you can have up to a corner damp, which is where I'd recommend to start, so the ants can pick a gradient by moving further and further away. And every couple of weeks, switch which filling hole you use. That way, you vastly reduce your chances of creating any sort of mold going on, because you're not keeping one area constantly wet, so you can switch to the other side. But that's very unlikely in these acrylic styled nests. But as you can see here, this is how I would start out. Essentially fill it up until it brims, and then let it absorb all that in, and you can see the bubbles going in and it's expanding. Now they can drink out of this and everything, and that does mean that if you're not using the test tube, that they're going to be their water source, because if you're using the intended Karaoke-Box Outworld panel, that is the same height as this, so you're not going to be getting any sort of water feeders inside here. So your options are the test tube water feeder, or to let them drink directly from this, meaning that making sure that this is always available becomes more important. So you have a few options there, and you get to pick sort of how you want to deal with it. So overall, I really quite like this nest, because I think it definitely suits some of the larger ants, Camponotus ants and upwards. I would say that this would suit, but not a founding colony. I wouldn't personally use this as a founding colony. If you want more information about this nest or other products or anything like that, you can find their revamped website where you can take a look at everything. It explains the products and gives you multiple photo views and sort of explains everything. That nest also includes, as seen here, the red acrylic overlay, which is really nice to be included. So we're going to move on to the Outworld, and this is probably the strangest part of this whole thing. This is the Outworld. Most people would say this was a nest, right? Chambers and shapes. We're very used to it looking like a nest, but no, this is what they refer to as the Karaoke-Box Outworld panel. Not really sure about the karaoke part, but it is certainly a strange. But this is how it works. You have 4 chambers, all linked by this walkway cross. The walkway cross enables you to connect in every direction if you wanted to. So, you have doors using these small bendy pieces of accrete plastic. And if you've got tiny ants, you can use a little blocker and various different items. But the idea of this is you lock the door with a piece of this acrylic, open it up, clean it out, or add food. Then you pull it out and let the ants in. And you can alternate. So tomorrow I might feed them at the slot above, and the day after that I might feed them one over. And that simply means that they will become empty as the new chamber. All the ants are heading to that, and means when you get a chance after a short period of time, you seal it off. Once it's sealed off, you can do your cleaning and maintenance piece-free. Now, obviously this is not a traditional Outworld, and it doesn't have to be used with the intended nest. They are selling this as a separate item to be used with any setup, and so you don't need to do this with it. And it's really rather intriguing sort of way to look at feeding. And it comes with all the accessories, loads of replacement parts, lots of the blocker plastics, the tubing, and hopefully you should have everything in the box that you need. To get what's on screen here, you need to purchase both pieces separately. So I hope you've enjoyed this quick look around these 2 products, and they do have quite infinite capabilities. If you keep expanding them in every direction, there's no actual size limit. Anyway guys, I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll catch you in my next video.